Oké, ik denk dat het nu oké is. Maar we zullen zien of dat hem terug zo crasht en burnt. Hè.
Oké.
Echt, even gewoon zo babbelen om te zien of dat hem het nog voor heeft of niet. Blijkbaar heeft hij het daar wel moeilijk mee. Dat hij dan ineens zo zegt van, hé, yo, hier is dingen aan het uitgaan en inkomen en tegelijkertijd op datzelfde proces. What the fuck is dat hier? Ik ken dat niet.
Kijk ik goed in de lens. Dus je ziet achter mij het weerbericht.
Dus
Hier verschijnt nu de wedstrijdsvraag. Doe eens wat?
Dus nee, maar niemand dat dan.
Wat?
Oké. Ik had een vragenlijst opgezegd. Tot nu toe is het nog niet gecrashed, want daar zweet hij dat gewoon zo in mijn oren.
Oké, dat heb ik gehoord, ja. Het deed dat in mijn oren ook. Zo.
Solide. Nee, dat moest ik nog houden.
Ik heb een liedje over een kaaskroket.
Oké.
Ik moet niet zo bewegen, want...
Dat is waarschijnlijk omdat je autofocus hebt. Ja, maar dat is normaal. Oké. Zeg het eens.
Ja.
So, apparently, it's not...
So you're going to cut the previous thing?
Yes, I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut all of it.
So I can say total bullshit, you will cut it out.
Not anymore.
Ah.
Everything you say right now will be recorded forever.
Oh dear my.
Okay. I have some good...
I have some goodies. Let me take my hat.
Alright. Do you like your name?
Obviously.
For the viewers watching us, what is your name?
My name is Charles-Louis Michel van den Brande.
It's not the truth. He's
That's
lying.
true.
It's
So my name is
all
Gwen.
lies.
It's a weird name for a guy apparently.
Here in Belgium it is. Weirdo. So.
It's not in Ireland.
Is it?
Or in Wales. Sorry, because there are even cities named after me. So there.
If you should
regions.
start speaking Welsh. singing in Welsh. It's trending right now.
I cannot speak Welsh. I have a Welsh flag with a dragon on it, so.
You've got that right.
Yes.
It's alright. What age would you like to be right now?
Difficult question. So many possible answers. 27.
Why?
I don't know. It's a fun age. You have a lot of fun. You can do whatever you want. You don't have any restraints or constrictions. So it's fun.
Unless you're me.
Yes, but you start too soon with all kinds of stuff.
He means kids. Okay.
Yes, and buildings and such.
Okay, so do you have pets? No, you don't. I know that. Oh my god, what is this question?
Why is this so one-sided? Do you have pets?
I have pets. I have a pet. But this questionnaire is really... Oh my god. Yes, it's like something for tweens.
For tweens?
Yes.
Oh, so for tweens.
Let me give you some prime examples from the questionnaire.
But we can find the questionnaire online somewhere.
Do you like to go shopping?
It totally depends on what.
Some of the questions are actually kind of cool. Okay. So you know what? I will do them as well. So okay. This is a good one. What do you do when you are mad?
What do I do when I am mad? I'm never mad. That's the problem. I'm very. I'm not
Not
mad all that often.
not outwardly.
Maybe
Ah yes. For
when I'm mad, I'm probably going to go somewhere alone and blow off some steam or do something completely different and just forget the reason why I was mad, and it kind of works for me, I think. Yeah.
maybe I should send you the questionnaire.
Why?
Maybe I should, because then you can see if you want to ask something.
Ah.
Hold
But
on.
why are you question? Why are you? Why do you think that's a good question? Because I don't even know when I'm mad. So
I was just curious what your answer would be. For the people watching, actually, this is Gun. I'm Katrien. This is my best friend, whatevs. In real life as well, so voila. I
and this
mean,
is yeah,
I mean, we know each other in
in
real
real
life,
life.
and
No,
so
it's a complete
quite
random
well.
chat.
So if you seem to catch some inside jokes, well, you're probably right. So voila. Oké, ik heb het u gestuurd. I sent it to you.
In Welsh, please.
Oh, sorry. I'm coming too close to my camera. My camera is coming too close to me.
Don't touch your camera.
The camera is
This
touching me.
this is going to be a decent
My
situation.
my sister-in-law put up a picture. Look what came out of our garden, and it was a picture of a courgette and some tomatoes. And I said, did they crawl inside all by their own? And it was kind of funny. I thought it was.
You probably should have been there. It's one of those jokes.
Okay. Dus, pick a question.
That's so lame.
Oh my god, why is this so blurry?
You touch your camera, he got hot and steamy and blah.
I don't have any manual.
Oh, that's an interesting question. How do you do your hair
How
often? Interesting question. Absolutely interesting.
how do you do?
How do you do your hair often? This really is a very bad.
Yes,
Uh,
the questionnaire
test.
is exceptionally bad, I might add.
This is interesting. What city or
Why
state would you like to go to?
why am I so blurry?
Why are you not answering my questions? Damn it.
Sorry. Mm. What was
Oh,
the question? What was the question?
do you like school? Are you in school? Why is it Easter break?
What?
No, it's holiday break, but whatever. So, what city or state would you like to go to, or country, or whatever, or
I can
place?
choose. I'm not limited by traveling costs or anything, or traveling time.
Nope.
All right.
Or even transportation.
I
It could be
would like
blitz transportation.
to visit Vienna
Vienna.
because there's a lot of culture there. You have the ballet, you have the opera. It's cool. I mean, there are a lot of cities I want to visit,
And
but Vienna, they also have beautiful architecture, so it's something that I think culminates a lot of my interest.
and is it also the place where you have those Mozart balls, Kugeln, thingings?
Balls of Mozart. What?
Yes, they must produce them there.
Ah, Moses. Moses. I went to see Moses.
Moses balls.
Moses and his
Yeah,
balls. It's always the same. Oh my god. All right.
they're white balls now.
We forgot something.
White
For
chocolates.
the people watching interested in MBTI,
You can win a grand prize of nothing at all. It
if
will
you
appear
guess
here.
how many penguins died while
During the
so
making of this video, 12 penguins died. If you can guess their names and weight,
do you see them in the background with Gwen? Um,
they're here.
if you can't see them, you're no.
You're lucky.
We're not going to do the clothes of the emperor story. Where was I going with this?
You are going to Vienna. because there's a lot of culture, there's a lot of things to see
Nah,
and things to
I
hear.
finished that. Oh no, yes, yes. Okay. So, for the people watching that are here because of the MBTI videos, well, I'm an ENTP and he's an INTP. We think we're, I think
Mm,
most,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
pretty sure. So I'm starting to become pretty sure. It's, yeah, I'm much too, I'm too much of a blabbermouth to be an INTP. So okay, just FYI, so you can see a lot of NE and TI going on here. Um, for the people not liking NE and TI, yeah, I suggest you turn this off right now. Okay, that
Probably
being
they
said,
already turned it off
my
like 10
voilà.
minutes ago. So
I really should start doing this in the beginning of our videos. Um,
spoiler alert, or
spoiler
maybe
alert.
warning.
There will be more. Okay, do you prefer to work just whatever or two deadlines?
Hmm. Hmm. Actually, as long as the actual thing is interesting or there's a challenge in the deadline, I think it really depends. I rather do interesting work that I haven't done before. I don't really appreciate deadlines all that much unless it's a challenge. Like, you have to do something in a certain amount of time, and yeah, it can be
It's
interesting, but I don't really like deadlines all that much
it's a bit of a weird
because
question. I don't know. I think
it
indeed, as you say, you would kind of judge it on how how motivated you are to do the work, not.
I think it's a stress related question whether you rather work to a deadline and have some stress to finish whatever you were doing, or you know you just dabble in
Okay,
work or
I know.
something like this.
I need a deadline. It's if there is no deadline, there is nothing done. So, yeah, it's not. It depends. For example, in the house with the projects, even then, I mean, all right, it's going to get done after a while, but it takes forever. Whilst when I have a deadline, I set myself deadlines. For example, I want to have it finished for Uwe's birthday. Voila. So that's my deadline. So then I'm really striving towards it. But when that's passed and it's not okay, everything else is ugh, leave it. So yeah, for me it's two deadlines. For you it's not. Are you more firm than gentle or gentle than firm?
What's I'm not a fruit. More gentle than firm, or more firm than gentle. I think I'm more gentle than firm because I suck at being firm.
What is being meant by firm?
Strict, I think.
Like very me 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 me
Yeah, more, you have to
author
follow the
of
rules and you have to
authoritative.
do whatever I say. And hey, what are you doing
You
there? You
you
shouldn't be doing
there,
that.
you bitch, listen to me. Something like that.
Hey, I'm not a bitch.
No, not you. Them. I mean, not you, but
Which way you're pointing your finger?
them.
Oh, I found another questionnaire. Uh, have you been pulled over by a cop? It's not interesting. Unless there's something interesting to talk about, and but maybe not really sure. We should share that.
Nah. Let's just say that
What was
that's.
the weirdest prank call you have ever made? That's interesting.
I I have never made prank calls. I think. What's a prank call?
It's like what Bart does in The Simpsons,
Okay,
for
okay.
instance.
Does does the way we start conversations sometimes on the phone constitute as a prank call?
I think it's more like a funny call
I
or
don't think I've.
of confusing people
We sometimes we send
call.
like weird messages like out of the blue quoting Monty.
Sometimes.
All right, let's say more often than not quoting Monty Python out of the blue,
Or
just
something
at
completely
random,
different.
or
Like after 10 minutes questioning, so were you sending me something for a reason, or wanted to contact me, or I don't know. Just
weird stuff. No, okay. At parties, do you leave early with decreased energy? Oh, fuck this. This is just a. Ugh.
I don't leave parties.
In company, do you wait to be approached or initiate conversation?
If I know the people, I will initiate conversation. Otherwise, I will just wait until they talk and maybe jump in a conversation. But I don't really, unless I have to be at a shop or something, I really need to ask something.
Yeah,
I'm not really.
that's not really a converse in company. Yeah, I mean that's when
Yes,
you're.
yes.
I
I
would
figured
think.
as much.
Mm.
But I will start a conversation even at the shop, even about nothing about the shop, more easily than just go talk to a random stranger to which I don't need to talk. Have you ever danced in the rain? I think we both did that.
Yeah. EDM. EDM.
Ugly and live forever, or attractive and die in a year.
Ugly and live forever. You don't have to be pretty to enjoy a lot of good things.
Squat ugly.
Team ugly for life. Yeah. Oh.
Yo, homie.
I get home with the downies. Okay. This video is going to be really weird. I have no idea actually what I do in company.
I have no idea either.
I think it depends on my level of inebriatedness.
Maybe we should just test that. You know, drop you somewhere in a group of people and see what happens.
I think I initiate conversation. It's I like, for example, I'm and that's not even really in company, that's just on a train. I see a girl with a Frozen costume. Oh, look, hello. Well, hi Ella, Elsa, and started talking with her mom. So
A frozen costume.
they came from Disneyland. So
Yeah, okay, a costume from the movie Frozen. Okay.
yes.
I thought Frozen costume. Where do you meet those people?
On the train apparently.
I would definitely start talking to them. I mean,
I think it's not that I'm not anxious to talk to them, but unless I have a really good reason, or I have my headphones on, or but I'm just going to talk to them. But it will not be immediately. Are you more often a warm-hearted person or a cool-headed person?
I think more cool-headed. Unless it's about persons I care about, but even then, I think I'd rather try to solve the situation and then see how to mend the pieces,
Hmm.
rather than do the reverse. See if everyone's okay, and then see what the situation is, or
I don't know whether you're basically, when looking at cognitive functions, you're you're taking, on the one hand you're having TI, and other hand you're having FE, which I don't really think is the case. It's more like TI versus FI in this case. It's more like, do you not do you have empathy, but can you sympathize with these people, or are you going to solve their issues? If we were to relate it to a problem, to a uh, person with issues, situation, something like that.
this question is very weird.
Okay.
It's becoming very weird.
I'm
If you had a
guessing.
brainwashing machine, would you use it or not? I think yes.
Yes. So there wasn't much discussion about that.
Just start another question and forget the previous one.
Is
I
it
don't know.
Oh, sorry.
How will I handle situations? Will I sympathize with people? I don't do really sympathize with people.
What is
I
that? What does
empathize
that
with
even
people,
mean?
but
Sympathizing.
I think it's the "ooh, you poor thing, oh noes" kind of thing,
I
rather than
I
the
still
"ooh, that
struggle.
must have hurt"
Yeah,
kind of
I
thing.
still kind of struggle to understand the difference between sympathize and empathize. I think it's more it's sympathize. You take these feelings on as if they were your own something,
That's
while
empathy. Yes.
no, that's empathy. So what's sympathize?
Just 1 second.
Google it for me.
Dum dum
Google.
dum 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 dum. When you understand and feel someone's feelings for yourself, you have empathy. When you sympathize with someone, you have compassion for that person, but you don't necessarily feel her feelings. Examples. The government must not mistake the empathy we feel for Denise Fergus Loss, who the fuck is Denise, with sympathy for her views. That really doesn't make any sense. Bruce says he has sympathy with the player's stance, describing his frustration as completely appropriate. This really doesn't. So, one thing is feeling the same pain or being able to empathize, and the other one is showing compassion for that person.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not. I don't do that.
No, me
I
neither.
mean, it's. I try to do it because it's the socially expected blah, and if you don't do it, there are a lot of you
But
get.
do
It's
you
an.
show compassion or do you fake showing compassion?
It's not really. I don't really believe it's something fake. It's more. It comes from a completely different place. The way, basically, the what I'm doing is just I'm looking at their feelings, imagining myself in this situation, and at that moment I can sort of imagine how it would feel to be in that situation and how it would feel to feel that. So from that point on, I'm extrapolating and using appropriate responses. It feels sort of fake because it's a very technical thing, but it doesn't come from how do you call it insincereness. It's just
You're sincere, but it may come over as insincere
I think
because you
some
don't know
people
really how to handle
I don't really
compassion.
yeah just the sympathizing there it's like you said just before. I mean we're going to
It's
if you have a
actually
problem with you're living with someone and you're having difficulties with them and it's like the fifth time you're coming to us and or me, I think maybe for you it will be the same, talking the same, saying always the same things about how much you don't like it, how much you wish you weren't together with this person. After a while I'm just gonna have something like, okay, maybe just do something about the problem. There are things you can do.
yeah, okay, but I don't think that's compassion based out
No,
of
no, no.
prolonged.
That's just basically me being fed up with.
Yeah, okay, but everybody's going to get fed up with person's
No, there are people that
misery
just.
if they don't change anything.
There are people who just keep on pouring out the support. I don't know where it comes from. It's just. It's okay. I'm here. No, no, no. And they just. But on the one hand, okay. But if you want concrete solutions, what? How is that useful? No. If you,
Concrete solutions are useful, aren't they?
no, but if you want concrete solutions and you have, for example, a person who only does that and isn't maybe sometimes being a little bit critical or and is just there pet thanks, that was so helpful. I mean,
Actually, compassion. I think compassion can be helpful if the situation isn't all that bad. If it's really that bad, compassion doesn't really help. I hate compassion. If somebody shows compassion towards me for a very serious problem. It's just, you know,
It's sort of belittling.
it's just annoying. And that's why I don't really do the whole compassion thing unless it's something like, oh no, I hit my toe or something like that. Then
Yeah.
I will show a little bit of compassion because, you know, it's not that bad and it doesn't need to be solved by problem solving skills or whatever. You know, it's just something that you can show a bit of compassion, and I will probably also show empathy because it's damn painful. But I think that's as far as I'm willing to go with compassion. I mean, if you're in the same situation for years and years and years, I really can't, you know, show compassion that long for the same thing if you don't do anything about it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay. So, is it harder for you to identify with others or utilize others?
um, utilize others. I hate utilizing others or manipulating others. I think it's very
Ah,
insincere and very, I
I
don't know.
don't I don't know whether it comes from that.
No, it's, I mean, from myself, I experienced that's not something you should do.
No, but that's not the question. The question
Ah,
is it harder for you to identify with others or utilize others? Not what is your moral viewpoint on
but my
that.
moral viewpoint prevents me from doing that. So I might be very good at it, but I wouldn't know because I don't really do that. I will, you know, do it maybe a little bit unconsciously or very very in moderation, but I will never manipulate people because I wouldn't want to be manipulated either. So
But nobody's talking about manipulation. Utilizing. It's not manipulation.
in what way utilizing then?
It can be. I think it can be many things. It can be indeed utilizing, like you described, manipulation, but it can just as well be utilizing, as
Or
in
asking for
asking for
help?
help,
Hmm.
or it can also be utilizing and just using people as resources, but by not per definition
Oh,
in a
networking
in
or
a
something like
in
that.
a manipulative way. More like people are information sources. People are networking capabilities. People are, I mean, stuff like that. And
Yeah, that I do, but very little.
I think
I don't think it, I don't really do it that much.
I think for me, I do it. I actually do it quite often. I also have the same moral objections when it comes to, really the manipulation, the saying and doing things in order to get things done that otherwise the person wouldn't be doing, or it doesn't sit right with me.
But
But
the same thing applies to me as well in regards to asking for favors. I mean, I think it's nice if people help you, but I don't really like to do it. I don't really like to ask for help, or, you know,
yeah, no, I get that.
I don't really use my network either all that much. Maybe if just to ask for information or to ask for expertise, but not really to actually really help
To
in other
exploit, and
things.
I don't mean exploit in a negative way, but more like to utilize all the resource possible from that person. Like, for
Yeah,
example,
like his
yeah,
time and his or her
voila,
time.
voila, just the whole thing. Yeah, no. But still, I mean, when I really look at the question, for me, is it harder for you to utilize others? I think it's a lot harder for me to identify with others than to utilize them, because I'm always utilizing others, but not. It's always in a very mild degree. It's more like, I know it also has a lot to do with seeing seeing a lot of outcomes to a lot of different ways a conversation can go. So in that way, I know, okay, if I say this now and when I come back and I talk about that, automatically the conversation will fall on that, and if my point is I want the conversation to fall on that because I know this person and he will probably suggest this or that. It's basically utilizing people because I'm sort of maneuvering, but I don't think it's as harsh as genuinely manipulating people because basically I'm trusting on them to do what they do themselves.
Mm.
I'm not forcing them or manipulating them into something they wouldn't normally do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking it. How do you say it? I'm just condoning myself. I don't know.
Actually, you're actually basing the situation or where it goes to based on probabilities of the person saying this or that.
Yes. Is that utilizing?
I don't know. I'm 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 actually starting to wonder what identifying with someone means, or it's
I
to
have no idea what it means. Hence my.
to associate or to affiliate someone or something with someone or something else. To understand or share the feelings of someone.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
I think I'd
That's
rather utilize someone than.
that's not me. All
Yep.
right. Do you find? Do you find little to? Sorry. Do you want to ask a question?
Oh, no, no, go ahead.
Okay.
I have 100 interesting questions, but I'm not quite
Come on.
sure.
Hit me. Hit me.
What keys on a keyboard do you not use?
Ha.
That's like a stupid question.
We are on AZERTY keyboard, people. So some of these keys might not even be on your keyboard.
For me, it's the C with another C underneath it.
The C.
Mais en
C'est
français,
dit.
on utilise ça, hein, mais
Oui.
je fais jamais du français, donc
Tu vas jamais
y a pas de
taper du
problème.
français? Ah non.
Tu
So now people
taper du
can't follow
français, non.
anymore.
Only the
So
Canadians
we're
will.
talking about a CCD. Huh?
A CCD.
Yes.
What else is there?
I type French. So what am I going to say?
I'm using
I'm
the
the
sign a
the
lot because I always
the
using
weird
it. I don't
the
want
weird squiggly thing. Look, when this. I
to. Oh,
have no
that.
idea what this is. It's like $2 signs in one. Not
It's
a,
a
not a clue.
it's a dollar sign for drunk people.
All right, so
It's a paragraph sign, no, something like that. A music note. No, I think it's a paragraph sign.
do you find little to say to strangers or speak easily and at length with strangers?
Whew. That really depends. I can actually talk to strangers for a very very long time.
If they're
It's
interesting people.
absolutely, but it's also possible that I speak for them with them for five
For
minutes. And
them.
yeah, and for them as
I'm
well.
speaking for you from now on.
You're not interesting enough. I will speak for you. For you. Yes, no, that's a good idea. No, it really depends on the person. I've met a lot of interesting persons that I even talked with for hours on end, but I have also met people that I knew, like friends of friends, that were terrible, totally uninteresting, and well,
But are you more likely to find little to say to strangers or speak easily and at length with strangers?
mm, I think the first one.
Uh,
I don't think I will speak at length unless the other person is compatible or also has something to say. If all conversation topics have to come from me, it will be a rather short conversation.
I don't know for me. I think I can speak easily and at length with strangers. Okay, of course there needs to be a certain amount of depth to
But
the
you can speak
conversation.
like an entire hour just on yourself. So.
Yes, indeed. So, voilà. Do you go more by principles or facts? Can you have a more F or T question than that?
I have a list of 100 questions that ends
Do.
with question 50.
Yes. I see discrepancy there. No, I don't
So
see it actually. I hear a discrepancy there.
question 45 is very interesting.
Yeah, hit
Is
me.
there anything I should know? It's probably a question that Jon Snow is asking himself.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Hey, 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 I'm not a bastard son of a king. Oh, spoilers!
It's not confirmed yet,
Yeah,
but
I don't care either way.
so
Wait. No. Describe something that's happened to you for which you had no explanation. That can be a lot of things.
I need a drink.
Wait, come bring me one. Eventually.
Uh,
Be closer to the closet than I am. So,
okay. No, another question.
is there something you constantly lose at your house or anywhere?
My remote control. It has a life of its own.
Remote controls. Multiple. I really need a drink as well. So,
Go fetch one.
yes, I will do that. Just 1 second. I'm standing on my wire again from the back.
Alright. I pause it for a bit.
Excellent. Then people at home will see that I'm actually
I have
facet slash.
I have a question. Should one usually let events occur by careful selection and choice, or randomly and by chance?
Should people let events occur? What is meant by that question?
Should one usually let events occur by careful selection and choice, or randomly and by chance?
I prefer the second one because it's more interesting. But I think the most responsible thing would be the first one. But it's a very broad and generic question. I mean, what events? Should you take life into your own hands?
In general,
Yes,
I think.
obviously. But some things will happen to you even, without you being able to do anything about it. So
No, I think this is more like if you got to choose.
you got to choose.
At least that's how I would.
I would rather have the things occurring to me at random and, not planned, because it's, like I said, it's more interesting. But then they actually would have to happen, because otherwise your life would be very boring because nothing would happen. So I would choose a second, provided that things would actually happen.
Yeah. Are you more likely to see how others are useful or see how others see?
What?
Are you more likely to see how others are useful or see how others see?
See how others see. No, I don't think the second one really applies to me.
Nah, me neither.
But how they are useful, yes, I can see potential in a lot of people and what they can do and how they can be useful. Either to themselves or to me or to, anyone else.
I think the word useful is a bit... It can have sort of like a negative connotation. No?
Definitely can have, yes, because using people or using is not really the same as, hey, they have potential, or hey, they can be helpful.
Stay away from your potential.
Yes, you should let it
Leave
fly
it.
by.
It's like an old lady.
So that's your potential, an old lady with a stick.
Me. No. An old man the color of an aubergine. Chewing on a string too. Going me. Me?
So, I hope this isn't copyrighted because
Yes. Else this
we'll
video
have
is going to be
first strike.
taken down. Alright. Children do not often exercise their fantasy enough or make themselves useful enough. Ugh.
Make themselves use. Actually, I think it's horrible the pressure children are on these days to perform, to grow up, to be the smartest of all persons in the entire world. And me, as someone who really cherishes creativity, I think they should be more left alone or more, helped in realizing their dreams and exploiting their, no, exploring their creativity, exploiting their creativity. Work for me.
Work
Write
you
me a novel.
minions! Work you minions.
Write me a novel. Write me some music so I can be rich, and have a pot made of gold and milk, because milk is nice apparently.
Okay. Yeah, don't get me wrong. They need to be creative as well. But it's something I'm not saying I'm more inclined to answer the second one, make themselves useful enough. But sometimes I don't
But
know.
there's a difference
But
between
useful,
useful enough
yeah,
and not useful at all. But I mean,
yeah,
they have to have some responsibilities. They have to have
appropriate to their age. But on the other hand, I mean, they need to be, as you say, creative, and
you need to give them an indication so
you
they do
need.
stuff around the house so
But
they
you also need to give them tools to.
to cook and clean for you and you
No.
know mend the walls and do the laundry.
No, just you need to give them tools to be able to be creative and stuff like that. Okay, are you more punctual or leisurely?
It really depends. If I want to be somewhere, no,
In
no,
general,
leisurely.
just eat them here.
I was very punctually for this video, I think.
Which seems to greater error, to be too objective or to be too passionate?
Oh, that's difficult.
That's a toughie.
It really depends on what you can. I think there's no good to be found in being extreme in either way, or in anything really. But I think being objective is a nice quality, but being passionate about something will do more for yourself. Will be more interesting. It will, it's nice to have a passion. It will keep you going. It will be a goal. It will stimulate you in your life. It will have all kind of advantages. Being objective will not objectiveness will not provide you. It will not stimulate you all that much, and
I'm wondering whether this is related to internal or external judging functions.
that was not a question.
No. I th- I would say you can never be too objective, but that's not true. I think there sometimes, of course, there needs. No. I'm going to say the greater error is to be too passionate. If you are really objective and you take everything, that means you take everything into account. So whatever decision you make will be a holistic decision based on all the facets of a certain problem, person, situation, blah blah blah. So how can you really be wrong with that? I think there is an percentage wise there's a far greater chance to be completely and heavily wrong being too passionate than being too objective.
Yes, but actually, are being objective and passionate opposites of each other? I mean,
Not really.
no, not really. It's. I wouldn't advise being subjective about a lot of things, but passionate is a nice quality.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying I think the margin of error which is what I'm choosing to base my reply on.
It's not the
Is
margin of error. The question was, is it what's
I already skipped past it. I think it was is yeah, it was something like that.
I
Is
think what is the biggest mistake, being
yeah.
more passionate about
So
something or being more objective about something? It wasn't really what will provide the biggest margin of error.
no, but the biggest if the question is what can be what can be worse or
What
uh,
can be
uh,
worse? Well, there's nothing. But it depends also to whom. I mean,
you can get a lot of, but look what you're doing right now. Basically, you're this is being objective. You're looking at it from all angles. You're taking it and you're looking at it. Okay, but if we look at it
but
from
I'm
this
passionate
side,
about the question as well. It's a very
yes.
interesting question. I mean,
All right.
let's take the question and look at it word
Ah,
by word.
this is an interesting one. Do you feel better about having the option to buy or having purchased?
Option to buy, because always when I'm buying, when I've bought something, I become very uncertain whether I've made a good decision or the right choice while I'm still buying things or looking to buy. I'm, you know, just looking at all angles and
The
saying, "Oh,
problem,
this
the
is
problem,
interesting," or but most of the time that insecurity goes away because I make good choices in life. I mean,
the
um,
problem with that one, I think, is also maybe a bit the limbo time when you purchase something online, for example, and it's the time between when you bought it and when you get it.
no,
For
not necessarily. For me, it's not.
I don't know. More, I'm not going to. I think for me, it's having purchased, because I know myself. I can just go completely berserk on everything I want to buy, and I just keep until I reach a point where I don't feel capable of making any decisions anymore. It just gets really bad. So I just need to say to myself, okay, now I'm going to buy this. More often than not, it's like one of the first three things I looked at. After which I looked at 20 other things.
Yeah, like I really want to buy this, but is it actually the right thing to buy for me? Aren't there any? Is there anything else
But
I
it
want to
makes
buy?
it makes my choice
And then
more
you,
certain by looking at the other things, because you're confirming or that this is not what you need, or this is not what you want, and this is actually more what you want, or the things you find interesting in this product is something the other product also has. So I don't know.
but with me, it's more like a design kind of way. The things that I buy, I'm never uncertain about the specs of the things I buy or the quality of the things I buy, but whether it's a good thing to buy that, like because it costs a lot of money and you think, is it really a good thing to buy this with this money? Or will it actually suit my interior design or I don't know, will it fit with everything else? It's
uh,
more such a way. It's not really like a technical or requirements kind of way.
I don't have that really. I have it a bit, but not. For me, it's more often.
Because determining requirements and keeping to them and being sure that they are fulfilled. I mean, I do that in
The
for
problem
my work,
is,
so
the more you look at
it's not really
things,
a
you
problem.
say you see that requirement list growing, and you see that budget growing, and you start off with a $300 device, and you end up with a $700 device, for example. It's something I always have, but it's mostly good stuff. So sometimes I don't. No, I
Yeah,
don't really
okay,
know for me. I
but for
think
me,
having purchased.
you can always buy something that's more expensive that does exactly the same thing, or maybe just a little bit more. I often draw the line somewhere where the what you gain is 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 how would I put this? It's worth the extra money that you put into it, and after a while,
If the bang for buck ratio
not necessarily
is
bang for buck.
sufficiently increasing by purchasing an more expensive device.
Yes,
If
something like
if
that.
that's not the case, I mean, it's always I might hope you would buy something better, but if the amount of better you're getting is not sufficient or does not correlate to the price you're paying more, well, yeah. And even when it's look wise, I mean, that's also at that moment it's a decision, it's a value in your equation. So at that moment it this also has a certain value. But do you prefer the unplanned event or planned event?
That's a very good question. I think planned,
I have no idea.
but I often end up enjoying the unplanned events more.
I think I prefer the unplanned events because when I have the planned events, I always, especially the larger social events, I'm sort of kind of dreading them. Not really dreading them, but I don't know.
But
I'm thinking, ah,
like
no.
carnival, it's always fun. It's always planned. Okay, there are things that aren't planned that occur all the time, like every year. But it's something planned that I enjoy very much. But like going to a bar like 2 weeks ago, that was very fun as well. So it really depends. It can be fun if it's planned, but I think the majority of the unplanned events I enjoy more than the planned events.
Yes, that's the same for
Like
me.
New Year's Eve, I don't really enjoy New Year's Eve all the time because it's also very. It's not really in the spur of the moment. It's just something that you have to go through every year at the same time, rather than hey, I want to party right now. Let's go.
Yeah, like we did a couple of weeks ago. Hey,
Mm.
let's go party.
I
Just
mean,
like that.
I would rather celebrate New Year like in November 15th because I want to at that time, than do it on
Because we
1st
have
of
to, because
January.
it's New
Yes,
Year. Go
and
celebrate.
it's like a total drag, man.
Okay, so this one is a doozy, I think. Which is more of a compliment? That's a very sentimental person, or that's a very logical person?
Yeah.
The one is not even a compliment for me. So
No,
it's
no, not
basically
really.
a thinly veiled insult. But hey,
You're so sentimental. Wow, good person, you. Good people. Good sentimental people.
much people, very wow.
Yeah.
Which is more admirable? The ability to adapt and make do, or the ability to organize and be methodical?
What's the most important or the most valuable?
Admirable.
Admirable.
To be honest, I kind of have admiration for people that can really organize and be methodical and stuff like that. I have a friend that does that, like these really big projects, and it,
It's amazing if people do that. I mean, I certainly cannot do that.
I cannot do that. I
But I'm
wouldn't.
very good at the first thing, which they more often than not, cannot do. So
It's
if they, like, I was organizing a bachelor party with another guy who's very good at planning and working for a deadline and saying, this is phase one, this is phase two, this is phase three. And I was giving all kinds of ideas, like, but he was always already working on a structure for, a quiz for something. He was saying, okay, we have 5 rounds, we have 6 questions, and now we're going to find teams to fill into those questions, and we need 6 of each question. I was saying, but no, let's first brainstorm and put everything out there, and maybe the first question of each round can just be completely something completely different. One can be a, yeah, I don't know, why does it have to be the same
categories
genre?
and yeah,
Yes, so I think both are admirable. I think both are interesting, but I do look up to people who can actually organize large events and actually put stages, we
yeah.
have to do this before that date and then that before that date, and
I can do it, but
I can
it's
do it, but I don't want to.
I just did it for my wedding, and It's not something that comes naturally to me. Because
No,
actually, I
actually,
think most of the things I got done like 2 weeks before my wedding. Because
such deadline, very
such
planned.
deadline, very planned. Are you more likely to trust your hunch or experience?
Definitely experience.
I don't know. I would say hunch, but the thing is, hunch.
What is meant by hunch? Do you
Yeah,
envision something will happen, or do you think, or
I think no.
something?
For me, it's a hunch because it's like when I'm troubleshooting. Okay, of course, there is still all the logic and all the knowledge and all the past experience to back it up, but the what makes me decide to go in a certain direction to look for the solution, it's a hunch. It's like, okay, all of this, it feels like that. I think maybe there isn't it's like when you're hunting for a RAM issue. There are gamers or people that work with computers here. RAM issues and motherboard issues are notoriously annoying to troubleshoot because
Hmm.
they're just weird issues. I mean, you can have random crashes of random applications. There's just
It always happens to the same persons.
weird
People need to be
shit
able to,
happening,
yeah,
and basically the only reason you can find these issues is just by sort of kind of or deducting everything else, which would take forever, or just the moment you see, for I think for me a hunch is the moment I see, okay, so you're having these sort of issues, you're getting blue screens, you're having this with multiple sort of applications at multiple times. Hmm, that's that for me at that moment. I get this feeling like, okay, this sounds like a RAM issue to me. Is that a hunch or is that
a
more?
hunch. Verb one. Raise one's shoulders and bend the top of one's body forwards.
That's
I totally not rely on that. A feeling or a guess based on intuition rather than facts.
yeah, that's me.
I do things on intuition, but only when I don't have experience. If I say, I have the experience, it's probably that. I will totally use
That's
that.
that's
But
that's your that's TI dumb and an E dumb for you. You're going to reference to your internal framework, whilst I'm going to see see things connecting and poop.
yeah, I'd rather play with my an E, I think. But if it's really a problem or something I need
I
to be
don't I
doing,
don't really think it's a question of preference. Preference. I mean,
no, it's not a question of preference. It's just
what's your
it's
default mode? And I think effectively it's just different.
no. But for instance, if I play games and I know adventure games, for instance, and I know I have to go to the right, but
It's
I know
right.
that is going to be
To the
the end of the game. So I will go to the left first
Ah,
and
yes, yes, yes.
to
I
upstairs,
have done that.
downstairs, left, right, try everything, and then okay. So now let's go to that one door. I think this is the exit. So
Yeah, I did that as well.
I do think okay, there's the exit, but I rather enjoy the
The
rest
game a bit
first.
more, yeah.
Yeah. So it really depends, but to solve something, a problem or something, I don't know, I will use my experience.
In doing ordinary things, are you more likely to do it your own way or do it the usual way?
My own way.
My own way, idem. In phoning, do you rehearse what you'll say or rarely question that it will all be said?
Rehearse what you are going to say. My.
Johan
So
needs
no,
to do
I never do
that.
that.
Johan, for reals, when he needs to call somebody, um, like for example a shop or something, he really does not like doing that. Which again, I being an extrovert, I'm not entirely convinced of that. Because he really hates doing that kind of stuff. And I really need to tell him, okay, you're going to ask this question, you're going to say that. Don't forget to ask this. It's really tedious. But hey, I mean, I
Okay.
I'm not going to say I never rehearse what I'll say. If, for example, I know I need to ask when I was organizing my wedding, I sometimes I needed to call people and ask really, uh,
Okay, but that's another question. I mean, that's
really,
really, you have to get a certain amount of information and then you just make a bullet list and you ask everything. But I think this is just talking about normal conversation. If you call
okay, no.
somebody or you call a shop just, to ask when they're open or
I think
no.
most of the time, whilst I'm talking, I still have no idea what I'm going to say.
So if you buy a shop, someone just to know the opening hours. So yeah, so how are you going? Yeah, what are you doing there? Oh, so you're selling things. So
What's up, bruh?
yeah, what's up?
Okay.
Yeah, you can totally forget what you're talking about.
Does new and non-routine interaction with others tax your reserves or stimulate and energize you?
Dude, this what? What's the
Am I
first?
fidgeting a lot? I feel like I'm fidgeting a lot.
Yes, you are, but so am I. So whatevs. So what was the question? The first part of the question.
Does new and non-routine interaction with others tax your reserves or stimulate and energize you?
Stimulate and energize.
Me
I,
too.
I like everything that's new and
Are you more comfortable? Are they the same after a decision or before a decision?
what?
For me, it's
Before or
after.
after?
Yeah,
I'm definitely before a decision.
you're such a P. Uh,
I'm just
which
what?
you're such a P.
A P.
Yeah.
And
That's a question concerning judging or perceiving preferences.
oh, I thought
I
a
think
P
it's weird
like
because
what you throw in.
for me,
It's
I like being I like when it's decided, but I think that's just because otherwise I get so overwhelmed by so many options.
mm.
Okay,
So, what's your favorite knock knock joke?
I I
I don't even know
I
that.
don't. Yeah, it's like knock knock. Who's there? Your mama who? Something like that. I don't know. It's
That's
not
a really
really.
bad joke.
It's. It will not be your favorite. So it's not
Oh,
really something we do here. So.
what's your favorite thing to spend money on?
Hmm.
Technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird stuff for your cats. Yeah,
No.
poor cats.
I bought her shit. She doesn't play with it. So
Mm.
screw him.
So yeah,
It's a he. It was a she. No, I mean it was another cat.
it was a he, it was a she. So so.
No. So yeah, gadgets. Gadgets. No. I think it's a tie between technology. I mean modern technology related stuff like or stuff for my PC or gadgets or equipment for my kitchen.
Mm.
I really like stuff for my kitchen.
But it's actually the same. Like, it's not the same thing, but it's also technology.
Yeah.
Like in, you use it to get something done.
Appliances and technology. That's
Appliances, everything with a motor.
or
No, it's not even everything that has
everything
current.
that has
Everything you
no
have to put into
in a
a current,
socket.
a
Yeah.
socket.
All right. Which do you wish? Which do you? It's like I'm rewinding myself. No. Which do
We do
you
have
wish
sound effects, I think.
more for yourself? Clarity or reason, or strength? Clarity of reason or strength of compassion? What?
That's an interesting question. Can you, translate that in English
Let's
or
just go
French or
with.
Welsh, whatever?
Yep, I just chose clarity of reason because the other one didn't really resonate with me. Sorry.
Okay, so
In your social groups, do you keep abreast
keep
of
abreast.
of others' happenings or get behind on the news?
I think I get behind on the news because I get sidetracked with either myself or with other people.
Yeah.
And I totally whenever I'm in a large group and we're walking towards something or somewhere, I'm always totally either behind the group or totally in front of the group or on a sidetrack of the road. So I have no idea what the group decides or where it is or whatever it's doing.
Are you more frequently a practical sort of person or a fanciful sort of person?
Fanciful, definitely.
What's
It's
fanciful?
like, having a mustache and such, and a cane and, a glass,
Being fancy
a
in
top
general.
hat.
Um,
Ooh, what is the weirdest thing about you and are you
Over
proud of it?
imaginative and unrealistic. I- I'm imaginative, but I'm not unrealistic. I prefer to be a bit more practical.
Let's work on that.
I'm reasonably practical.
True.
Facts illustrate principles or speak for themselves.
Principles or facts do speak
No,
for
they
themselves.
don't speak for themselves.
Facts,
If
no.
you can publish results, cold hard numbers of, for example, a study that's being done, but if you don't include the
People. If you publish facts just by themselves and you will not advertise them or you will not interpret them for other people, they will definitely be either not read or read wrong or interpreted completely wrong. So
to be honest, the interpreted, I'm not really too keen on that word. I don't really want them to be interpreted for me, but I want them to be linked to a specific. No, it's not correct. The cold hard numbers are, although interesting, more often than not really useful if you don't have the appropriate amount of setting for them.
so it's the question is, do you prefer to know the principle behind something or the
No.
cold
So
hard facts
facts
or
illustrate. Yeah, I think it's more like that. Illustrate
oh,
principles
okay.
or speak for themselves.
I hope both because you try to know how things work by learning the facts and
Sure,
manipulating
but
things
at that
and
moment
getting more
you're
facts.
referring them to certain principles, be it technical, be it mathematical, be it whatever. But the- it's not. You have people that are just going to show you, for example, here, look at these numbers. These are the facts. Okay, that can be interesting, but if you have,
If you do not know anything about them, they will not say anything, so they won't mean anything.
yeah,
For instance, if I give you a heat pressure diagram, that will mean nothing to you. I mean, because you don't have any experience with that.
does it bother you having more things completed or incomplete?
I think incomplete. Depends what. A puzzle incomplete is really annoying.
Mm.
So if it's something, no. If like a show stops on television or if you leave
Ah,
something incomplete, that's also annoying. So no, complete.
you
I
want
think
more things to be complete or more things to be incomplete?
more things to be complete. I think, but it's a difficult question because incomplete can be interesting as well.
For me, for example, I'm always sad when, for example, a book ends or uh, a series ends because I don't know, because I'm
Yeah,
invested.
but that's not a question of being complete or incomplete. I mean,
Yes, does it bother you have more having things completed or incomplete? For me, it's a question of it's a bit the same thing.
isn't it rather something like a show that has been run its length and has a definite ending, and a show that has been cancelled and has no ending whatsoever?
Or maybe
So
it's
the
just
first one is complete and the second one is incomplete and will never be complete.
maybe it's just more about whether
We're really not as answering these questions. We're rather thinking about questions and how they are flawed in every single way.
um I don't know.
Who made that list? Is there an
Does it
email address?
bother you more having things incompleted a bit more, because things that are completed just vanish from whatever mental list or stuff I have, so they're not there anymore. So
Is that so? If you read a book, for instance, that's just a good book and that you have read, does you don't you carry that with you? Like, that was a unique experience, or that was a really
if a
really good
book,
book.
yeah, but I'm more talking about a project or something.
Okay.
In approaching
Mm,
others, is your inclination to be personal or objective? For me,
objective, I
I
think.
think also objective. It's not that I'm not going to consider the, but for me, the thing basically, when you're looking at this person and his relationship to you from her, no, 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 you're also, and you're looking at it from every angle, isn't that being sort of kind of personal as well? Because you're you're taking a certain amount of time to invest in making sure you get all facets of this person. No,
Yeah,
for me
that's
it's like
that's.
that.
I don't know. What kind of questions are those?
Yes. Do you see yourself as basically the structured and scheduled, or the unstructured and unscheduled? Yeah.
Mm, combination of both, I think.
More.
If I don't have to be structured, then I won't be structured because
But at that moment it's imposed on you, eh? It's just you in your natural state of being.
totally unstructured.
Would you say you are more easygoing or serious and determined?
I'm
We're
serious
very,
and
very,
determined.
very serious. Look at
I'm
us.
very sentimental and
Look at
such.
us being serious.
I'm serious as a potato in a salad.
Ah. So yeah, I think we're both easygoing. More impressed by emotions or principles? Impressed how? Do they mean impressed like it leaves an impression on you, or more like, wow, that's so awesome?
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Oh
You
my
have
god.
like the awesomest principles. I'm such impressed. So I don't know. It can be, impressed. It can be in a negative way. It can be in a positive way. It can be in a
If it
alrighty
if
then way.
if it were to be impressed, as in what makes a big impression on me are emotions, because it's something I find very, it washes over me, like emotions from other people. It can be really, really powerful.
I get annoyed by people who stick to principles.
Yeah, but on
If
the
if
other
I think
hand,
they're completely wrong.
I can sort of have respect, for example, for a politician, even especially here in Belgium. Even
Yeah,
if it's a
that's something
politician,
different. I can
yeah,
have respect for principles, but it's about being impressed by it or not. I can
yeah.
be impressed by politicians sticking to principles. That's
Okay, okay. So yeah,
that's
then it's, I think more emotions for me.
yeah, I think as well, emotions.
At a party, do you interact with a few known to you or interact with many, including strangers?
I think rather a few new to me than a lot of
No,
strangers.
with a few known to you.
Unknown. It's most of the time a mix for me.
Mm-hmm.
I really like to go to parties with people I know. But I will always like kind of swerve to other groups and
Yeah.
be funny with them. And if one is funny back, you start a conversation or
Like for example, in a cafe where I wound up talking with the guys at the table there. Um, so they were
yeah.
really, oh, thank you, we can smoke in here. Yeah, it's not my cafe. Here, I'm just giving you an ashtray. Look.
I don't even work here. Like, you can smoke here, whatever. Do whatever you want. Play a game. Start washing.
Which rules you more, your head or your heart?
Phew. Uh, I think my head, but I might be wrong on that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's for me. It's a bit.
I mean, if I really like somebody and they want me to make an irrational decision, I will make that decision rather quickly and easily because I have my emotions is not something I can control that easily. Like I know something it might be illogical, but I can still act on that emotion.
That's it's kind of the thing I have as well. I think it's if it were to say more often, it
It's
would
easier
be
for me
head.
to. Yeah,
But if it
yeah.
if because it's more, I more see it in a sense of how strongly. Yeah, I'm
I
going to
don't
say
think I'm
heart.
really that emotional about a lot of stuff. So I think it's head as well for me.
Yeah, I think if it goes about quantity, I think indeed it's certainly
But
head.
it's
But
about quality then.
no, it's not.
That's a very difficult question.
No, but I think you're onto something. So, do you tend to choose somewhat impulsively or rather carefully? It's a toughie because I and I know you do it as well. We do a lot of research
What do I do?
before deciding stuff. But to be
Yeah.
honest, I more often than not end up making the final decision on a whim. Not on a whim, but
You
just
like, you do a lot of research, you end up with 3 to 5
and then you have
possibilities,
like
and then you
all these
say,
options and you
well,
say
that.
bam, that one, they're all good, bam, that one.
Mm.
So that's something I do very often.
Yeah, me as well.
Crap, I took the wrong option. Let me go back. No, I took rather go back.
A very interesting question. Are you wearing socks right now?
I am wearing house socks with
That
things.
was not the question. The question was, are you wearing them, not show them.
Oh my god, I'm an ENTJ. But I wrongly answered the questions. Um, it's because I replied on some of the questions that I like to complete things.
Interesting question. If you would join the circus, what what would you perform? Would you like, train a dragon or, do whatever? Probably rather a lion, but you can choose a dragon if you want to. It's an imaginary circus anyway.
Sorry, what?
If you would join the circus, what would you perform?
What would I perform?
Yes, like, would you be an acrobat? Would you be the
Oh,
bearded women? Would you be
I
the trainer
would
of dragons? I mean, whatever.
trapeze.
Trapeze.
Yes,
Sounds dangerous.
yes,
Okay.
or something. Something gymnastic acrobat stuff.
Or knife thrower or something like that.
Come,
Be
hit me.
nice.
Another question, and then we're going to
Yeah.
round up because we're at 1 hour 20 minutes. So
Ah. Would you rather go a week without bathing but be able to change your clothes, or a week without changing your clothes but be able to bathe?
no, no. I
No.
will be able to change my clothes. I don't need to bathe.
I would
I'm not.
really be
I'm not.
annoyed by being not able to bathe. I think for me it's the other way around.
But the thing is, you sweat in your clothes, so if you can at least change
But they
that,
can dry.
they dry, but they're still sweaty. There's still sweat in there.
Mm. But otherwise there's sweat
For me,
on.
the thing is, I have a really dry skin, so um, anyhow, I don't use a lot of soap because it just dries my skin completely out. But the advantage of that is that you don't have a lot of grease on your skin, and also I
Mm.
don't really sweat a lot. So I
Okay.
think it's different if for example you sweat more or you have a bit
But
more
maybe if
a
you
medium
bathe
complexion
and I,
skin.
if I bathe and you keep the clothes, then we can swap.
I mean for me that would basically mean like you can't bathe like one time or maybe and maybe some cat washes in between. But yeah,
Cat washes.
washing my cat. No. Okay, another question. Come on,
What dead
final one.
person would you least want to be haunted by?
Hmm. Genghis Khan.
You do not like Genghis Khan? Okay. So,
I'm not saying I don't like him, but I don't really want to be hunted by him.
no? Oh,
Or
the
the son of Sam.
son of Sam? Who?
Serial killer in the
Uh,
in America.
oh, okay, that's why I don't know him.
Dude, like the
Uh,
movie Summer of Sam.
no, don't know it.
Yeah.
Do you believe honesty is the best? No, that's boring as
Yes.
hell.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
you will not answer it.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes. Shut up yourself.
Make me.
Let me throw stuff at you.
Ow, that really hurts. F. Oh, that's water. I was thinking, what the hell?
Such
Have you
foul
ever tipped a
language.
cow? These questions are terrible.
These are questions for rural people living in the United States or something. I don't
Have
know.
you ever been stung by a bee? But
Not
what?
not a bee, but a wasp, and it hurt like a mother.
Funny question to ask people, guys or friends. Do you eat junk food every day? Well, no, obviously not.
Ugh,
What is
that's
your weirdest?
disgusting.
What is your favorite movie? Son of Sam.
Favorite movie? It's like you ask me this question and I'm movies, movies.
What are movies? These are those images that
Movies.
move around on your television.
It's like I can't remember any movie I ever saw.
Okay then. I'm sorry to really annoy you with these questions all the time. What is
No.
your most missed memory?
Well,
Movies.
how movies?
There are way too much good movies, like Inception, Fight Club, Meet the Robinsons,
Meet the Robinsons is cool.
Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah, the first one.
s- Edward Scissorhands.
Mm.
It's really good. Uh, there are way too much good movies. What was your favorite toy as a kid?
Thing is,
Wally.
no, yes, also, but Ali, Catch Me If You Can.
That was an awesome movie.
That was an awesome movie. Oh yeah,
Still is, but
it's
okay.
all right. So what next?
What was your favorite toy as a kid?
Legos,
I actually would have no idea.
maybe Legos. I really like Legos. I played a lot with it,
Yeah,
and
me too.
and
And
like
obviously,
goo,
Goo,
slime,
Goose, yeah.
slime. That was awesome. Like slime
Yeah.
hands. And then after a while, they were so disgustingly filthy,
They were filthy
filled
hands.
with hair and ugh, gravel,
Thanks for
stuff
that
like
image.
that. And trolls, trolls,
Mm,
trolls were awesome.
with their way too long hair and such.
I always braided it.
My favorite toy, I think, as well, is definitely Lego. Uh, hmm. But definitely also, Super Nintendo, Sega. I'm not sure that's a toy really, but
It's a toy for fancy people.
yes, like I said, people with a top hat and a mustache and what else. Uh,
Careers that could fit you include business executive, CEO. Yeah, solid.
it could fit you, yes.
System analyst. Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Credit
If you don't know
investigator.
the words to a song, do you improvise?
No,
No?
I stop.
I would even start singing a certain tune and, put my own words in it, but
It.
I
I
would
don't.
not, complete a song.
But if I don't know the notes, why? No, no. I
No,
just.
the question is, if you do not know the words to a song,
The
like,
words.
yeah, it can be like,
Yeah, the
the
words.
theme
Yeah.
from Frozen, for instance, but
Yeah.
you do
No.
not
Sure.
know
Sure.
the lyrics. Okay.
Yeah. Then no, it will be something like. No. Yeah. I thought you meant the notes. I said. Yeah.
No, the
No.
words.
That would be
I
way.
didn't mean anything. It's a question like, Ooh, philosophical questions. I
Damn
should
it.
really keep this list.
You're too low on my screen.
Ooh.
I'm always looking down. I'm looking down on you when I'm looking down on you.
Wait.
No. That's just no.
So I'm sorry. I can do this as well.
It's fabulous.
It's a sky. Why is the sky blue?
We need to conclude this conversation because
Yes,
it's
it's way too
1:30.
late. Yeah, that's
So
correct.
this was a fun experiment.
Definitely.
Stay tuned for more. You might remember me from no.
You might remember me from such podcasts as
My previous video. Okay.
entire fan base right now.
So say bye.
Bye, people.
Bye people. Bye people. Oké, het is nu op.
Op. Dit is volgens mij gaan hier niet veel mensen op reageren. Geen idee. Like,
Wacht hè.
it was a very weird experience and